Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I am starting off the year with a eyeshadow rotation project. And I talked about it in another video about this was going to replace my Pan Those eyeshadows, and it also kind of replaces my 5 by 2025 project that I did last year. So if you want to know more about what I'm doing and what shades I'm rolling in, then please keep watching. My name is Alyssa, and on my channel, I like to do panning projects with my makeup and just make general use of all of my makeup. So if that sounds interesting, maybe you'll subscribe. In this video, I want to make sure I am rotating through all of my different eyeshadows. So I am rolling in randomly 4 eyeshadow shades, and I have to use them 4 times each. When I do that, then I get to roll in new shades. But I'm not just going to roll in 4 shades, I'm also going to kind of make a palette with those shades just to, if I get like these random colors, just to have some other shades to kind of connect them, make a color story, have some fun with it, because I do enjoy playing with my singles and doing different things with them like that. And I'm also going to pick an eyeshadow palette to roll in with those shades that I think would work well. And at the end of the uses, I will report back on how it went. My plan is also to do 5 makeup looks with the eyeshadow palette, and the singles can go along with that too. So let's see what eyeshadows I rolled in. So on the screen, I have the recording where I was rolling in the 4 shades. It's not super surprising that all 4 came from my Sydney Grace singles, just because I do have a lot of them. Most of them actually came from 2024 when I got a palette of 54 plus then 2 extra eyeshadows all at one time. So that's going to, influence things a lot. So it was also interesting that 2 of the shades were near each other in my palette, and then the other 2 shades was just 1 and 2. So let's see what I can make with these shades, what other colors I want to pull in. So keep watching. All right, so when I'm looking at this color story, I feel like the colors can go well together, but I'm trying to think about what's missing, what else could make this interesting and easier to use these shades. So I definitely want to bring in some sort of matte eyeshadow to go with the blue, and a shimmery shadow to go with the green, other than just using this very neutral white kind of shimmer. And maybe some neutral shades to kind of ground it as well. So what I have come up with are these neutral shades here. Don't mind me dropping things. So I went for a lighter shade and a darker shade. But also, I like to be able to do, I don't always like just doing like a green with a green shimmer. I like to kind of mix it up, not just do monochromatic. So I feel like this shade would go well with the green, but also could go well with the blue as a nice little pop. Let me zoom in, yeah. There we go. And sometimes I might want to be monochromatic. So then I have this green shade to go with it. For the blue, I've got a matte blue here. Then to bring in some interesting shimmers, I have this shifty shade, which has a little bit of green to it, so I wanted to see how that would look with the green, but it could also go with the neutrals, and maybe I could try it with the blue too, just why not? And then I have this other shifty shade that's peachy and like a almost neon green, or a very glowy type of effect. And then similarly, this is shifty with green and blue, so I figured that could also work well with that. So let me go ahead and swatch these and add them on. All right, just to recap, the first 8 shades here are all Sydney Grace singles that I have. So they don't have names, unfortunately. They just came unlabeled. Then this blue is from ColourPop, and it is the shade Lost and Found. The next shade, this pinky kind of shade, is The Greatest Gift from Sydney Grace. And then these final 2 shades here are from JD Glow. So we have Peachy Keen and Prismatic. So I have a neutral blue-green type of color story. This will be interesting, I think, to start me off in January. It feels kind of wintry, especially with that shimmery blue. So yeah, I think I will have fun with this, and I'll try to remember to take looks when I'm using these and see how it all works out. But now I need to pick an eyeshadow palette to go with this, so let me think about it. So I was looking at my different palettes. I was thinking of wanting something cool toned because most of the palette is more on the cool tone side. I mean, I know like right here I can make it pretty warm, but it doesn't have to go that way. So I don't have that many cool tone palettes, so just something to think about. I have some that are a mix. And then I was also thinking about the fact that this shade almost feels a bit like an outlier with the rest of the palette. So maybe if I could pick something that could help this one feel less lonely. So what I came up with was my Marvelous Mauves palette. And granted, I only have 4 shades left in here, so I guess you can see if I can make any more headway. But I feel like this shade would go well with these, but these could also do well pairing with the blue or the green, and just to get some interesting combinations. So like I said, I will report back as I go through the uses. It might be a couple times a month. It might be more than that. It depends on, how I use the shades. And I'm not going to worry if these extra shades don't get the 4 uses. My main focus is when these 4 have the 4 shades, then I'm going to roll them out and, worry about bringing in new shades. So, these could hang around, or they could, come and go. So if you thought this was interesting and you want to give me a thumbs up, then please do. Thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I will see you then. Bye. My name is Alyssa, and I like to film content where I show... My name is Alyssa, just in case you're wondering. My